Okay, let's talk about that frustrating cycle. You know the one. Your back pain flares up, you rest, it feels a little better, and then bam, a few weeks later, it comes roaring back. It's this pattern that so many of us get stuck in. Well, today, we're going to dive into exactly why that happens, and more importantly, how you can finally break it for good.
And you know, what's the first thing you hear when that pain hits? Oh, just rest. Take it easy, right? It's the advice we've all been given for years. Just lie down, stop moving, and just kind of wait for it to go away.
But what if that advice, the very thing you're doing to try and feel better, is actually the one thing keeping you trapped in that cycle of pain? It's a pretty wild idea, right? But it's a total game changer, and it's the core insight we're going to unpack today, thanks to the work of chiropractor Dr. Logan Bates. Okay, let's just dive right in and bust our first huge myth, this idea that rest is best for an aching back. Because as it turns out, the science, well, it points in the complete opposite direction.
And what Dr. Bates says is so brilliant because it's so simple. The whole principle here isn't that you need to go run a marathon or anything crazy. It's just about avoiding stillness. That's it. Our spines are literally designed to move, and the second we stop for too long, the whole system just starts to break down.
And there's some really cool science to back this up. It's a process called imbibition. So get this, your spinal discs, they're unique. They don't have their own blood supply. So you're probably wondering, how in the world do they get nutrients? Well, think of them like tiny little sponges. The only way they can eat is through the mechanical pumping action of movement. So when you move, you literally squeeze out the old waste and soak up new nutrients. It's just that simple. So the takeaway here is huge. A disc that doesn't move is a disc that's basically starving. And when you stay still for too long, those little sponges, they start to dehydrate, they lose their cushion, and they begin to degenerate. You know that scary term degenerative disc disease that you see on MRI reports? Well, for a lot of people, it's not really a disease of getting older. It's a disease of being still.
And the proof, it's right there in the data. A massive meta-analysis, which is basically the gold standard of scientific evidence, found that just exercise alone can reduce the risk of your back pain coming back by 25 to 40%. Think about that. That makes it the single most effective preventative tool we have. Better than meds, better than injections, better than surgery, just moving.
Okay, let's tackle myth number 2, and this is a big one, something the whole wellness industry has sold us on for years, the quest for perfect posture. Come on, we've all been there, right? Trying to sit ramrod straight at our desks, fighting that urge to slouch. But is that super rigid, perfect position? Is that really what we should be aiming for?
And I absolutely love this quote from Dr. Bates because it just completely demolishes that whole idea. It flips the script. He says, it's not about the position you're in, it's about how long you stay there. The enemy isn't slouching, the enemy is staying still. So get this, your best posture isn't some perfect, static pose. Your best posture is always your next posture.
So think about it like this. Someone who's kind of slouching for 20 minutes and then gets up and moves around, they are in way better spinal health than someone holding a perfect, military-style posture for hours on end. It's not even close. Constant motion beats static perfection. Every single time.
All right, our third myth. This one is going to require us to put on our detective hats. Because when your back hurts, it seems obvious, right? The problem is your back. But what if the part of your body that's screaming in pain is actually just the victim and not the real culprit?
Yeah, think of it this way. The pain is like the smoke alarm. It's loud, it's annoying, and it's telling you something is wrong. But it's not telling you where the fire is. So your body is one big interconnected chain. And if one link in that chain, let's say your hips, isn't moving the way it should, another part of the chain, like your poor lower back, has to pick up all the slack. And eventually, that overworked area just gives up and sends out that pain signal. And here's what's absolutely crucial to understand. These root causes, things like tight hips or a stiff mid-back from sitting all day, they're often totally invisible on an MRI. An MRI is great at showing you a structure, like a disc, but it can't show you how you move. It can't tell you that your stiff hips are forcing your lower back to do all the work, or that your rigid upper back is what's really making your neck scream. The problem isn't just structural, it's functional. Okay, so we've busted the myths about rest, we've debunked perfect posture, and we've realized we can't just chase the pain. So where does that leave us? Well, it points us toward a much smarter two-part solution, one that doesn't just put a Band-Aid on the symptom, but actually gets to the root of the problem.
I love this metaphor for it.
Think about opening a window that's been painted shut for years. Step 1, you might need a pro to come in and jimmy it open. That's the spinal manipulation, right? It restores mobility to a joint that's been stuck. But, and this is the most important part, if you just leave that window alone, it's going to get stuck all over again. Step 2 is your job. You have to actually use the window. That's the rehab exercise that teaches your body how to maintain that new mobility. You've got to keep it open. And look, the research on this is absolutely decisive. Getting that hands-on manipulation by itself, yeah, it can give you some short-term relief for sure. But when you combine it with the right exercises, man, the results are so much more durable. We're talking about studies showing way better outcomes almost a full year later. Step 1 opens the door to change, but step 2 is what walks you through it and makes that change stick.
And all of this, it brings us to the ultimate goal here. And it's a real paradigm shift, a totally new way of thinking about healthcare. The end game should never be for you to be a passive patient, just showing up for appointment after appointment. No, the goal is for you to become the proactive CEO of your own health.
Because think about it, truly great healthcare isn't about making you dependent on a practitioner. It's about building your own competence. A good clinician's goal shouldn't be to have you coming back for the same fix over and over again. It should be to give you the tools, give you the understanding, so you can manage your own health. So you become your own best advocate. The real goal is self-reliance. So I want to leave you with this one final thought to chew on. What if the real goal isn't just to chase the pain away every time it shows up? What if the goal is to understand your own body so deeply that you stop creating the conditions for that pain to even happen in the first place? That's when you finally stop managing the cycle. That's when you end it for good.
I stopped trying to find a doctor who would listen, and I did this instead. For years, I was doing everything right. Eating clean, exercising, getting 8 hours of sleep, but I was still exhausted. I had constant brain fog, and my hormones felt completely out of whack. Every doctor told me my labs were normal, and it was probably just stress. I was about to give up until I found Holistic Health. It's a free AI wellness tool trained by functional medicine experts. I spent 5 minutes answering questions about everything: my symptoms, my sleep, my digestion, and it built me this. And this was the light bulb moment. It didn't just give me a list of problems, it connected the dots. It showed me how my gut health was likely impacting my hormones and how that was causing the fatigue and the brain fog. It even gave me a clear list of potential root causes, supplements to research, and even the specific lab tests to ask for. Its tip is secure, over 77,000 people have used it, and it's 100% free to get your blueprint. If you feel like you're not being heard, start here. Understand your body first and then decide your next step.